book and wax friends. I am Amber and I post about all things books and home fragrance. And today's video is my wrap up of my 5-star predictions for the months from January to March. So we will both see how I did in regards to what my predictions were compared to what the star rating ended up being for me. And right now I will put up a graphic of what my predictions were for the months of January through March. So as you can see, there they all are. Okay, I am just going down the list. Actually, no, I'm not. So I will first talk about the 3 from the 10 of the books that I didn't get to. So I didn't end up getting to Apprentice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer, not because I didn't want to, but because my library is taking forever to get the book in. So spoiler, I am transferring that one to my next 5-star predictions, which there will be another video up. Stay tuned for that. So that one's being transferred to the next quarter. Then Rebel Witch as well. Again, I'm waiting for my library to get the book in. So that one's being transferred to the next round. And then lastly was Book Boyfriend by Emily Wibberley. And that one I never got to. I couldn't get it from the library and I wasn't going to purchase it just because I didn't know, like, content-wise how spicy, it might be. And so I just decided to nix that one. So I didn't get to those. But next, my lowest rated were 3 stars. So not bad. I have 2 3 stars, but still they weren't 5 stars, which is what I had predicted they would be. First one was Hotel Magnifique, and if I don't have the book, I will, of course, put it right here. So Hotel Magnifique by Emily J. Taylor. That one ended up only being a 3-star to me. I wasn't a big fan of the main female character. She was a little bit pig-headed from what I remember. And she wanted to do what she wanted to do no matter what without taking any advice from anybody type of thing. And that really irritated me. And so because of that, it's hard to enjoy the whole story if you're not a fan of the main character usually. So 3 stars. Then my next one that ended up only being 3-star, I just read in March, and that was Watermoon. I thought it was going to be 5-star because I'm all about the whimsical, magical type of story. And you definitely get that in this. It is dreamlike for sure. I enjoyed all that, but I felt like the characters fell flat. Not only in their own character development, they didn't feel real to me. They were very flat, in my opinion. And also in regards to their relationship with each other. It was not well developed, I felt. So just go into it knowing it's more of like the experience of that dream-like quality rather than getting any sort of like real depth to the characters, in my opinion, of course. So those were my 3 stars. Then I did have a 3.5 star. And oh, I forgot I had the books here. So Watermoon. This is the Illumicrate edition. So this isn't the normal edition you are going to get, but it's just so stunning. So this I'm definitely keeping, even though it was only a 3-star for me. I just think it's so beautiful. Okay, so I had the physical book for that one. Next up, what did I say? I have a 3.5 star, and I do have that book as well. It is Sword Heart by T. Kingfisher. And this also I read in March. The book is beautiful. I really love it. But if you watched my wrap up, you already know I said this already. If I had read it before I purchased the book, I wouldn't have gotten the book. It was a lot more crude than I was expecting. The characters were really well developed. They had that classic T. Kingfisher feel. They were really likable. There was good humor in it, but there was a lot of things in it that I wasn't expecting that kind of took me back. There was a lot of crudeness in the book that I was like, really, do we need this to be here? So for me, it only felt like a 3.5 stars. So it was disappointing. I really thought it was going to be a 5-star, but it didn't make it. But the cover is beautiful, so for now, I will be keeping the book to look pretty on my bookshelves. Okay, then after that, I have 2 4-stars. The first one is Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. I really thought this was going to be a 5-star, but it didn't reach that point for me. But it was still a whimsical, fun time, and I did purchase a special edition that is supposed to launch in September, I think, to go on my shelves and look pretty. So this is about a girl that ends up getting cursed by a witch to where she looks like she's this old lady, like an 80-year-old lady. And she ends up going to the wizard Howl, who lives in this castle that like moves around. And he is rumored to steal girls' hearts. So people kind of fear him. And so she goes to his castle, meets a bunch of other people there besides Howl, and the story starts from there. It was, like I said, it was a whimsical, it was fun. I just felt I enjoyed the characters individually. I just felt like the relationship between Howl and the main character, who I can't remember her name. What was her name? I don't remember. I'm gonna look because it's gonna drive me crazy otherwise. Let's see, I think I read that one in January. Oh yeah, Sophie. Yeah, Sophie. The relationship between them didn't feel well developed, in my opinion, to where at the end well, I don't want to give anything away. It didn't feel well developed as it could have been. And so for me, that kept it from being a 5-star read. It did not give me those 5-star feels. So that is Howl's Moving Castle. Okay, the next 4-star read was the final book in the Invisible Library series, The Untold Story by Genevieve Cogman. I was hoping and thinking for sure this was going to be 5 stars. This is the final book in the series. The book beforehand was 5 stars for me, so I was like, oh, I know this is going to be 5 stars. It wrapped up nicely, but it didn't give me those 5-star feels. The beginning felt like a lot of things happened. It was kind of drawn out to where it didn't need to be. And then the ending climax part, the last like 4th or so of the book, felt a little rushed and kind of underwhelming in my opinion. But I love the series overall. It's about a girl named Irene Winter. She is a librarian for the Invisible Library, which is a library that keeps balance to the worlds. It's like a multiverse, so there's different versions of Earths pretty much, and some are lean more chaotic and some lean more towards order. There's dragons and fae and a bunch of different things. So the library is there to steal books to keep balance to all of the worlds, and that's pretty much the gist of it. But I love the characters. I love the world and the overall story. I thought it was great. And so I do highly recommend the story. Just this one was only 4 stars. All right. The next book, still no 5 stars. I promise there is at least one 5-star. The next one is a 4.5. Yes, and that is Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. This was a very cute story. It's the second book in her When in Rome series. I did enjoy it more than When in Rome, but I did like When in Rome. I just like this one a little more. It is about the Annie Walker, who is one of the Walker's siblings. All the books follow a different sibling. And she is a very quiet, kind of socially awkward type of person, doesn't want to rock the boat. And she is a florist, and she is terrible at dating, but she wants to learn how to become better at dating. Well, through one of her other siblings, she ends up kind of fake dating with the bodyguard of one of the main characters from the first book, who is a famous pop star. So that's how it starts. So he's there to kind of teach her how to date and not be awkward, and so that she can find the one. And so that's where it starts. And it was really cute, really sweet. I did relate a lot to Annie. I can be a little socially awkward. And so I did enjoy reading from her point of view. It didn't reach 5-star status for me. There was some profanity, a little more than I like. And yeah, so it just didn't give me those 5-star feels for sure. All right, drum roll. So out of all those predictions, I got one 5-star. That was actually 5-star. And that is Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales by Heather Fawcett. This is the third and final book in the Emily Wilde series, and I loved it so much. It was 5 stars. It was a whimsical, wonderful, magical conclusion to the Emily Wilde series. So this is more of a cozy fantasy, but it's not full on cozy. There are stakes in each book. There are things that happen more along the lines of a academia. It's not dark academia, but it's got a lot of academia elements to it that kind of make it feel like a cozy fantasy. So it's about Emily Wilde. I'm not going to spoil this book, of course. Emily Wilde is a professor at one of the colleges in England. So this is a historical fantasy. So in the world they live in, there are fairies. Fairies are common, and people know about them. They aren't hidden or anything like that. Well, they're hidden in that people study them to try and figure things out, the different races of fairies. And that is what Emily does. So she is a professor of studying fairies. And in the first book, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairy, she is on a mission to finish her encyclopedia that talks about all the different fairies. And she goes to a island. I'm pretty sure it's an island way up in northern Europe to find evidence for this race of fairies that people don't know for sure if they exist or not, so that she can complete her encyclopedia. So that's where the first book starts. She is a curmudgeonly type of character, doesn't do well in social situations. She's all about give me my books and don't bother me type of person. And then there is an academic rival who is also a professor named Wendell Bambleby. And he ends up coming to the island to help her. And she, in that story, feels like he's there to kind of steal her glory type of thing, take credit for her encyclopedia. So that's where that one starts. But the whole series is so amazing. I was so happy this was 5 stars for me. This one was a little bit different from the first two in that you are in a different type of scenery, less academic elements, they are there, but it's less so in this book. A little more high stakes, but like I said, there are stakes throughout the series. It just feels more cozy because of those academic elements, I would say, but highly, highly recommend this series. The second book and this one got 5 stars. The first book, I think I gave 4.5 stars to, because that one started out a little slow for me to where I almost ended up DNFing it, but I didn't, and I'm so glad that I didn't, because I adore the series. So highly recommend. I was happy that I at least predicted 1 5-star from my list. So that's it, you guys. Stay tuned, as I said, for my next video where I predict the 5-star reads that I'm hopeful for the next quarter, so from April to June. So stay tuned for that video and let me know. Do you agree? Have you read these books? Do you agree with any of my ratings, or do you disagree? What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. I always enjoy chatting with you guys. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will talk to you guys again soon. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.